Good evening, everybody. This is the Stephen Howson podcast, joined as always by our kid Ben, and we're just watching City and Monaco at the moment. A couple of, a little bit delayed because we've been trying to sort the audio out for the podcast record. It's been a little bit temperamental. As you know, if you've watched all of the streams that I've done this week, barely any of them have gone to fucking plan, have they? So don't expect this one to do the same either. So thanks for joining us. We are watching City and Monaco live. If you're in the comments and you're watching City and Monaco as well, let us know. This is a massive dick tease, isn't it? Because I thought Monaco was done. I didn't think they'd be able to get a couple of clear goals. But now we're looking at, 20-odd minutes left. They might do it. 23 minutes left.
Yeah, they was always going to score. But it's whether they could score enough and not concede.
This last 5 minutes tells me that City are about to score a goal, yeah. And it might be a case of next goal wins, to be honest. Don't say the audio's fucked again. Why are you lying? Why is it out? It's out of fucking sync. Fucking hell. Let me just see if I can fix anything on here. It's because it's gone. For some reason, it's just slowed the hell down. Let me just go to 900 on that.
You sort that out. I'll just watch the game.
So there's no foul?
No, I don't think he's on the bench, is he? He was on the bench on Saturday against Bordeaux, but I think he come off. I don't know if...
Oops.
Don't know if he scored the winner or...
Right, just change this to 900 millisecond delay. To see if that helps it at all. Well, that would have me just changing it. There you go, that looks like it's in... We're back in sync now, lads. I think we're back in sync. Yeah, that looks like it's in sync to me, doesn't it? Is it in sync now for everybody in the comments? Cheers for if you're joining us on iTunes as well. We are trying to build up those numbers on iTunes. We got several thousand on there, but obviously we want it to be more. Always looking for that growth. So if you're listening to this or you would like to listen to this, we do upload it to iTunes. It's on Castbox if you're on Android as well. So go and check out both of those things, and we'll crack on with the rest of the podcast. And we will obviously update you if you're watching along with us, talking about the Monaco game and the City game, and hopefully Monaco go through. Really like to see Lo do well in the knockout stages, but I don't think this is going to... City have had like 28 chances in the last minute, so I don't think there's much chance of them not pulling this off.
Goalkeepers playing like sweeper. Yeah, they take it off.
Raggy. The other thing that we need to mention is check us out on BetBull. If you want to win 100 quid, give another 100 quid away today. Check us out on BetBull. The description is below. We're also giving away an iPad. We've had 600 entries, so buzzing with that. We're giving away an iPad once we hit 5,000 people on the podcast channel. Not this channel, but obviously we want you to subscribe to this channel right here. But once we get to 5,000 subscribers on the podcast channel, all of these podcasts are going to move over to They've Scored, I think.
Yeah,
I think we're a second or two behind. We're on the app at the moment. So yeah, we're giving away an iPad once we get to 5,000 subs. So hit the subs and be in with a chance of winning your Sans an iPad. Was I buzzing when Pogba replied? Actually, do you know what I was going to show you on screen using the thing actually.
What did he say? Happy birthday.
Yeah, he said happy birthday to him on Instagram, and he replied.
Sweet. Like
we said, all of the players watch full-time doubles. So that was the Instagram that we flung out there. And I don't know if you can see Paul Pogba. Thanks a lot, guys. We keep united. If I click just on that one there, you can see that it is his account. So how absolutely sick is that? Just seen Sané scored. Next goal wins. Hopefully that now maybe means Monaco stop being pussies and...
I don't know,
they throw one more forward and...
But they look tired now from what they're pressing. It's similar in the first leg, wasn't it, where they just kind of run out of steam.
There was an air of inevitability about City going through, I think, with the lead that they managed to get in that first leg. It's a soft goal, isn't it, really? Not closing Sterling down, not blocking a shot, centre half standing around, keeper's not held it, they've not reacted quick enough. So there you go. So anyway, if you are watching us, please hit that like button. It's 200 watching. Let's see if we can get instantly with 100 likes. That helps it get found. That helps more people find it. That helps the channel grow. And obviously that means that we can do more and more videos and all that sort of stuff. So please hit that like button. Please share it. Share it on Twitter and all that sort of shit. I'll give you all a retweet if you share it with something funny. And I think we're just going to probably sit here for 20 minutes and watch the match because we literally got no fucking topics to talk about today. Apart from, he texts me on, was it Monday?
No, yesterday.
Yesterday. Check this out.
Oh, that Brazilian guy. Yeah,
it's Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno. Got, what did he get? 7 years. Well, no, he did. He got done for murder, didn't he? Murdered his girlfriend and fed a body parts to the dog, and then he got out.
7 years.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's not a bad trade. That.
No. And now he's got a new job as a pro footballer again. Again,
yeah. So he's been signed.
Yeah.
People forgive a lot of shit.
I know, like you say, no. And honestly, what other walk of life would you go and get a job? You got to put down. So can just fill in this history on your CV. Where have you been? Been doing bird, mate.
For 7 years. All right, what'd you do? Like, was it like, a bit of what's it? Oh shit! Which was one that I read before? Oh, there was one that I saw on, someone had shared it. Some 13-year-old girl has been with like half a dozen men, and they're all getting locked up for paedophilia.
Yeah.
But the way the story was written, and it was like, and one of them got a driving ban as well, and I was like,
huh? You got a driving ban?
Yeah, that was the only thing that stood out in the article to me. I was like, how strange is that? It was like a 27-year-old girl, a 27-year-old dude who's been seeing a 13-year-old girl, and it was like listing all this shit. And then it goes, when he was sentenced to whatever. I can't remember what it was. It meant nothing, because all I was focusing on is like, you've not mentioned like why has he got a driving ban? That's madness.
I know. What has he got a driving ban for?
And I think he was in jail for quite a while as well, as you'd expect. So it was a bizarre one, because you're like, I don't think the ban even extends beyond him being in jail. So why ban him?
Point? Yeah,
what a weird thing to do. So, Kevin in the comments says, Steve, for a trip you should come to New York in the summer for Red Bull and New York City derby. Do you know what? I would love to say I could come to New York, but that's a little bit pricier than some of the EasyJet and Ryanair flights that we've been looking at.
You can get them on thingy sale, can't you? But I don't know if it goes to the summer. When it's like Black Friday, they had some decent deals there.
For flights, did they?
Yeah, through BA and that.
Simon in the comments, I do. Mate sends in some videos for United on YouTube. Always appreciated. Would we consider doing one of our episodes in Jamaica?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not round the corner, is it?
No.
But I'm pretty sure we would absolutely consider it. Yeah. Listen, for me, life's all about experiences, and travel is a major one of those experiences. So, I would love to tick off the whole world if I had the time and the money and the opportunity to do it.
There's a guy in there who's been going around blogging every country, and he's tried about 6 times to get into Yemen, I think.
That's a hot place, though.
Well, he's been to a lot of hot
more
places.
ways than one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen him because he actually managed North Korea as well, didn't he? The thing is with North Korea,
parents are like Yemen, aren't they? Yemenis, however you say them.
Yemeni. I think it's Yemeni.
Is it Yemeni?
Yeah, I mean, there we go. United and Rostov advertising tomorrow night.
Can't believe the pitch has been banned from the Russian.
Oh no, we were just moaning because we was too soft. Oh no, actually, maybe we had a legitimate point. If the Russian FA thinks it's bankers, then maybe we actually had a point.
But when UEFA pulling out all the stops and, do you know what I mean, the gravy train comes to town. Don't fancy that, did they?
Yeah, they wasn't going to do it prior, was they? Like I said, put someone in the comments here saying, what about Belgium? What about this place? I will go anywhere that I'm able to get myself over to and all the rest of that sort of stuff. I'm actually writing to a load of tourism boards and just trying to blag it, to be honest. I'm just going to say, listen, how about... There's some people in the comments here, they're all saying Bakayoko independently. Are we about to see some shit go down, lad?
Yeah.
It's the one that I like as well. I fucking like that
Bakayoko.
kid. Looking at the comments, unless you've all got together in some secondary chat room.
So why is that so far behind?
Can we not skip it forward?
No.
Yeah.
Alright, fucking hell.
It's not having it, is it?
No, it's on the BT app. So it's not like we're watching it.
No, it's not even an illegal stream. I was trying to get it on my iMac in the corner over there, and it just kept saying log in, and then you go to the page, and it says, I mean, it was working downstairs. It's just not working on the app for some reason.
Oh, what an edit that is.
He's put it in the corner as well, so you can't even blame the keeper for that.
He's dyed it there so he can be just like his mate, PP.
Beautiful goal. What's left?
12 minutes.
A little bit longer, 15-ish, probably with injury time.
What scores? Anyone know what score Atletico Madrid is? And
get it up.
Leverkusen.
Let's get it up.
And Yeovil and Barnet, for that matter.
We're only talking about the big games here.
Yeah, that's a big.
Oh, maybe we should have defended or worked on defending. Pep, where was Stones for that?
Yeah,
he's in the middle there.
He's a free man.
Beautiful. Was that Sterling trying to mark him?
I don't know. No one's marking him.
Yep, no one's marking him. Well, Pep.
0-0.
0-0, Atletico.
What about Barnet?
Don't have it on this app.
Fucking shit. Do you not use live score?
Ricardo says I'm on a legal stream. Nah, I just for some reason
Live
someone
score?
says 0-0 in the comments. Unless they're talking about
Atletico. Barnet, Yeovil, anyone?
Pog Bakayoko, that might be a phrase that you see sometimes. What are those boxes you can watch football for free on? The Cody box.
I don't know because they've
been clamping down on them.
Yeah, Premier League. There's always a way, mate. There's always a way. Don't really worry about that. Yeah, I think they on the illegal streamers.
Pep still won't get criticised if these go out. I don't know why, but he won't. Didn't someone say City don't practice set pieces? They don't practice tackling or defending, so wouldn't shock me. My dog is better than Stone, says Kev Ashford. And he died 12 years ago.
See, the thing is, like with Guardiola, yeah, you think you're 5-3 up, you don't need to go and take the game to him, but you play Sterling, De Bruyne, Aguero, and Sané.
All he needed to not do was concede a hatful of goals tonight, and what's he gone out and done? He hasn't got the 0-0 factor in him. Right. Now, that's what we've always said about the guy, is that he doesn't have a plan B. United have shown, we went to Anfield and did one of the most unpretty jobs that we've seen at Liverpool away.
The game on Monday was tactical. I was well enjoying that.
Yeah, I was enjoying that until Herrera got fucking binned, and then it just became a shit show.
Yeah, just you knew what was going to happen.
But yeah, I was really enjoying it up until then. I was finding it mega intriguing. Was it 3-4-3? Was it, as I've seen some say, 4-4-2? Was it maybe 6-2-2? I don't really think it was 6-2-2, but because Young and Valencia was getting forward, wasn't they?
Yeah, and Phil Jones was man marking Hazard.
So
really.
he was
and then
drifting,
he was dropping back in, wasn't he?
It was interesting. It was interesting. It was really intriguing.
But they're the type of people who can play to orders. Do you know what I mean?
And that's why they're getting games under Mourinho.
Yeah, definitely. I don't have a problem with that.
D-Met says Michael Oliver is a cunt. Need a new word, because that doesn't really cut it. Call my dog a cunt. And I love that guy. Stonesy's decent for his age. What's his age got to do with it? He's a shit defender. That's the problem. He's a shit defender. Who's a centre half?
They were going first half. They were going up for jumping up for an header. Just with no point.
They're settling. Martinho coming on.
Well,
yeah, Mbappe for Martinho. That's a tactical
6-6.
sub.
Well, last 10.
Fucking 6-6.
He's 18. That guy. He had one. He got ruled out for offside as well before.
Why was Marshall training with Shaw and Bastin today? Don't know, mate.
Jose said if you're not fit to train on Tuesday, you're not ready to play on Thursday. Fair enough. So they train. I think they were training separate, just from the group.
Was they doing extras? Maybe.
Maybe.
Like I sort of alluded to last week, on Monday or Sunday and Monday, because as soon as the team news came out, I texted you in it and said this is a blag. They're not. Yeah. They're both fit, because my guy told me that both of them was both fit. But no, he said Marshall is fit.
So
both absolutely fit. So I don't know what's going on with him this week. But my guy that I spoke to said both absolutely fit. So, and obviously it turned out to be a massive blag, because no way did Marcus Rashford look like someone who'd been ill 24 hours.
Wearing short sleeves, mate.
Running around
at night
like a fucking loon.
Yeah, I thought he played well, didn't he?
I thought he was excellent. So a lot of people. I've seen some people in the comments on Full Time Devil saying he cost us the game. Oh, because he didn't score his chance?
He had one chance that he created himself. Yeah. Is what I mean. If a bit more composure. Last year, when he come through, he probably would have lifted that over the keeper. He
has shown a lot of composure with some of his goals.
I know he has, but those chances, you probably do them 100 times a week in training, and you know that the keeper's gonna stick out a leg in it, so you just have to lift it a little bit.
Someone's saying, look at Marshall's tweet. What's Marshall tweeted?
Just that yes back.
We backer. Retweet. Cue all the papers saying that he's coming tomorrow because of that.
Yeah, and say replacing Pogba, and everyone's fucking slagging him off again. It's well annoying that. Do you know what I mean?
The stat video, I made a stat video yesterday, which has done like nearly 2,000 retweets today for Full Time Devils. So I tried to mix it up to find people that everyone had been praising, like Wanyama for his interceptions and key passes and Ozil and this that and the other, and it's really banged with United fans and like obviously the opposition fans. I said City, but I meant pure opposite. I mean Arsenal. Let's face it, because they're the only fucking helmets that argue with every fucker on the internet all day long, as well as me. And the replies to it are mega. It's done about 300,000 views on Facebook, actually.
I'm not seeing it. Like, what? You're expecting him to be the best in the world, aren't you, this season?
I said I think he's been above average over the course of the season.
Yeah, he's been decent goal return.
He's just not. Yeah, it's exactly the same as what he did in Syria.
Mm-hmm. I think you'd see next year in the year. It's the same with Ronaldo when he was first starting. Do you know what I mean? And then,
everything flat track bully only does it against Wigan, and then eventually they grow into that shit. Especially as central midfielders. Someone was talking about Rashford's never going to be a 20-25 goal a season striker. Balotelli in a crowd.
Mm.
And I said, I suppose he's probably got a connection with City, I suppose, isn't it, still?
Yeah, but
he's also living in France. So.
Yeah.
So why not? Someone said Rashford's not ever going to be a 25-30 goal a season.
Just on that, because remember when the comparisons were between Iheanacho and Rashford, and now no one even talks about Iheanacho because he don't get a game, and his goal per minute ratio was great because he was playing
20 minutes a game,
yeah, when he was 3-0 up and that.
And then getting another.
And now he can't even get anywhere near the first team. Or he is just coming on, but that's because they've got a desperate need for a goal.
Daniel B in the comments, stats-wise, Pogba is better than he was at Juventus. That's true, mate, he is. Stats aren't everything, and I agree sometimes you want him to have had better decisions with the ball when he's been in the bigger games. But yeah, stats-wise, he is better than what he was at Juventus, which earned him a FIFA Pro 11 nomination. So people saying he's been shit are so far off the mark. No. Has he been amazing? No, but there's a middle ground, and he's in the middle ground.
And yeah, he's going to be controlling the game, but I think
he also had Vidal and Pirlo alongside him for a bit at Juventus.
Yeah, he did, but he needs players around him, doesn't he?
Yeah,
who are going to create it. Herrera was doing his donkey work for him until he got sent off. He was stupid to get sent off.
It was. He gave the referee the decision to make, but the referee still made the wrong fucking decision. How fucking easy did he go past them then?
He did, but you shouldn't be putting yourself in that position. He was going nowhere there.
I was really enjoying Mkhitaryan and Rashford up front, actually. The work they was doing splitting that defence. Yeah. We've shown Chelsea it'd be beatable. I think, knowing that, what we've seen, I don't think Conte's going to change his tactics to come to Old Trafford. I think we fucking slap him at Old Trafford in the league.
I was watching that because it was either going to go one or two ways. If we would have got twatted, I would have been fearful that we've got to go Arsenal, Spurs and City, probably all in a row. And I was fearful that, you know what, it's going to be a bit too much that. But from what I've seen from that first 30 minutes, I think, Joe, we're more than capable of matching anyone on our day. As long as we get everything right, but we need 11 men on the pitch, and it just shows you.
Without Ibra, without Herrera, with only 10 men, without Baye, there were several players missing that I would have liked to have seen. Without Marshall, I think he would have had a say to that in that game.
You would say that
at least there's an option off the bench.
You would say from that as well. We'd need another centre half, definitely a leader, as a commanding one, and someone who's probably decent on the ball as well at the back.
Someone's saying here, if Pogba played for City, I would slate him. Well, where's your evidence for that? I've said De Bruyne's probably been one of the players of the season, and I fucking love watching Aguero, so I don't think you can back that up. What I said at the start of the season is United had a better transfer window than City, and that's proving correct because their players that they signed, that Guardiola signed, none of them have a good season. I'm slagging Stones off because Stones is deserving. He's excellent on the ball.
He's costing him loads.
His arrogance on the ball as well sometimes. He bombs out of defence, leaving his post. Like, I interviewed Wes Brown, didn't I, a couple of weeks ago, a few weeks back, and Wes Brown made me really think about how I rate defenders. Anything that they do on the ball is a nicety, it's a bonus.
Yeah, the defenders.
Defender first.
Yeah.
And he said you've got to analyse a defender by what they do 1v1 as a defender. And that's really made me think. And that's why I don't rate Lindelof. And I didn't rate him, but I didn't really know why I didn't rate him. I just thought, but now I know for definite why I don't rate him. And John Stones is the same. John Stones might be a really good midfielder, but he's not a defender. Not for me. And for £50 million. Now, yeah, the price tag generally doesn't come into it. But people use the fee for Pogba as a stick to beat him with. And like we said, he's having a good season. Statistically, he's one of the best in the Premier League. He is actually the best midfielder statistically going forward and backward. Now, people are always going to say Kante's better. Well, do you know what? Yeah, Kante's doing excellent. But
he's a different type.
It's apples and oranges that you're comparing.
You not got Kante in your teams to create and drive you forward. You've got Kante to break up play and
Pogba's
get you going
50
again.
chances, but only got 3 assists. So fuckers on the other end aren't doing the job for him.
Oh, some of the balls that he's played have been majestic. Like the little dinks over the top and the reverse passes and that. You just like
some of the one-touch passes that he's played into the box have just left you just making noises.
You see flashes, and that's what I'm saying. Like next year or the year after. Don't forget, he's not really had a rest.
No.
So
and he went straight in with barely a pre-season because
no pre-season.
I think they was waiting until a changeover with the new kit before they announced him. Because if you look at all the other players, I think all the other players was announced with the old Adidas kit,
right,
and he was announced with the new one.
And they just wanted to mark.
I think they probably just give it a bit of time because he was obviously going to be this massive deal. So I think they kept him on ice over in Miami and fucking about and all that lot while everyone was back at pre-season.
Probably, but he'd only just finished, hadn't he? Like.
Yeah.
He was in the
Euros. They went to the final.
10th of...
They went to the final, didn't they? So they had that, and then he had his holiday. So, you know, he has still got maybe a little bit of catching up to do. Be interesting to see how we go next season, because I do think we'll buy someone. I'd love to see Bakayoko. But, you know...
Oh, you might get Pereira back and see what he does alongside...
He's forcing himself into the conversation. Fucking fair play to the lad.
He's been mint for Granada.
He has been mint.
Really, really.
We should probably put an arm around Granada and say, we got tons of lads like this we can send you if you want.
Well,
because
they're probably
what have you got to lose?
They're probably going to go down, aren't they?
Even Serie B is a better option than fucking League One or something over here, isn't it? I think so, at least. Anyway, but yeah, they probably.
No, I don't know. Yeah, technically.
Zlatan's missed 17 clear-cut chances, probably. Well,
but he's also scored the winner in the cup final.
Very true. Someone was trying to tell me that Zlatan's conversion rate. I mean, how many goals did he score? He scored 26 goals, right?
Well, you only score if you have shots, don't you? So I'm asked. Yeah, he's missed chances and.
Well, hang on. I'm trying to think of the maths. So someone had told me that he's got a 25% conversion when you add in the FA Cup, the EFL Cup, and Europa League. Well, he's only got 20. I think he only had 25 goals at the time. It might have even been 24. I think he's on 26 now in all competitions. So for him to be on a 25% conversion means that he's only had 104 shots, right? And that's not true because he up until a couple of weeks ago he'd had 115 shots in the Premier League. So you can't possibly have a 25% conversion rate with only 24 or 25 or 26 goals. The maths don't add up. So his conversion rate in the Premier League is now down to like 13 or 12%. When decent strikers, I mean, the most deadly strikers in the world are only getting 31, 32, 33%. A good striker is getting 25, 26, 27%. I think Messi's in low 20s. I think Ronaldo's in mid 20s. I think Suarez is in the high 20s. Lukaku's about 26. I think Kane's about 25. That's the sort of ballpark you want to be for a striker. Zlatan last season was 26 or 25%. This season he's half that. The reason for that, is it because he's in the Premier League? I don't think so. I think there's just a culmination of all sorts of different things that have come into it. But I'm pretty happy with his return, but he hasn't been clinical. And a lot of people go, oh, look what he's done all season though. He scored 26 goals. Yeah, he's not been clinical though. He hasn't been. Statistically, you can't even argue against it. He's not been clinical.
I mean the games where we've been at home, but at the same time, we put a lot of reliance on him.
Yeah, so and that's not to say that other stuff he's doing in the game isn't good, but right in front of goal, I mean, that's literally all he's there to do.
He's there as a link man as well, isn't he?
He's not been as clinical as you'd hope. These are going to go in again, aren't they? No. Do you know what? We're in injury time now.
Yeah, they bet it's finished.
No one in here said anything, so what are we on there? That says +3, does it? Yeah. 2 minutes to go.
And 3 minutes to go on there. Oh no, there's 2 minutes, but it's probably finished.
So, has it finished? Has City finished, lads? Let us know in the comments. The Lukaku thing really said as well, with him saying he's not signing a contract at Everton. I think I'd love him at United, but there's a lot of talk.
I don't think United will get him.
There's a lot of talk. Yeah, Daniel B says Ibra's a 13% conversion at the moment, double that, and we've been miles ahead of everyone. On doubling, it's not even crazy, to be honest. It's It's just where
It's like John Stones.
you would expect him to be, isn't it? John Stones, that's what everyone was talking about here.
Game over.
That's it. All right, okay, sweet.
At least they got there, eh? Leicester got further than them. That's De Bruyne.
Leicester have got further than everyone, haven't they? Than English teams.
Yeah.
So yeah, Spurs went out of the group stage.
Yeah.
Arsenal are out.
Got twatted.
Well, yeah, I think out is. They need another word for out, don't you? Really, with Arsenal.
It's out. It's like
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only popped out.
Mickey Flanagan.
But they're proper out, aren't they? Full time 0-0 with Atletico.
Fucking cost me money, the cunts.
There we go. City are out. Buzzing, lads. Right, get this podcast shared. Now every fucker's finished watching that. Let's try and get this podcast up to 500 or 600 views again. We're on 290 at the moment. Let's try and get it right over there. So, there we go. Fraudiola.
Well, I say we can't play fucking that many strikers or whatever forward-thinking players when you just need to keep it pretty tight.
A 0-0. Losing 1-0 is through.
I wonder to see what his pep excuse is.
Pep excuses. Hashtag Pep excuses. Arsenal got aborted from the Champions League. Arsenal were fucking bad, wasn't they? Simon says, would you like to see Januzaj leave permanently? Wouldn't like to see him leave permanently, but I don't think he's up to scratch, in all honesty. I think
Where's he going to play?
He's not going to play at United. It's as simple as that. He's not going to play. Now, I got told he's not very intelligent, as in he's proper wooden, like up top. And Moyes basically said to him, "You go play, lad." And then he went, "Right, lads, here's what the team talk is." So everybody else. And then when Van Gaal came, Van Gaal's obviously got there's a phone book. Learn that this is where you've got to stand to the, precise to the inch. I think Smalling mentioned, didn't he? Van Gaal stopped training once to bollock him because he was stood 1 foot out of place. So I think Januzaj couldn't get the tactics. That's when he got fucked off on loan. And then when Mourinho's come, he's gone, all right, what's the crack here with him? Yeah, fuck it, get rid of him. Because obviously Mourinho, like we said earlier, he wants players that can play to orders. Januzaj is maybe a bit more off the cuff. He's going to have to learn how to play to orders as you get older. Get away with that as a teenager.
Yeah, just creative.
But at some point you're going to be an old pro and you're going to have to know that shit. This shows how far the English teams have fallen behind European teams. Not necessarily. I think it's just a cycle. No one was saying English football is the best thing ever when we had 2 teams in finals and a team in every single final for 9 years. Or 9 teams in 9 finals or something like that in 9 years, whatever it was. No one was claiming English football was the best football ever then, was there? So I think it's an overreaction now that it's finished.
It is there's a lot more emphasis on how it's a tough league and people struggle physically. Excuse me. By the time you get to this sort of latter stage of the season and other teams are fresh, like Juventus and your Munich and Barcelona and stuff like that, although Guillaume Balaguer likes to tweet fucking hashtag competitive every time Barcelona or Real Madrid go behind or something like that. Just like fucking ball bag.
Yeah, but they're going behind because they're literally texting while they're playing.
I
know. United's problem is not Zlatan. United's problem is only Zlatan scores. There is an element of that. There is an element of more people needing to be pulled up. Very high scoring stuff. Yep, All Things Football says the papers will find a way to suck Pep's dick tomorrow, no doubt.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a great.
Did he win possession? Does anyone know? Did they win possession?
Moving forward, it's a good learning curve. But when we get beat, it's an embarrassment.
Governor Bandicoot says, can Pereira play next to Pogba in a 4-3-3? I don't think so.
I don't know.
No, I think you need someone that's maybe a little bit more box to box. He's very attacking minded. I like him as a number 10.
No, I don't think.
I like him off the front.
I think he can. I've watched him play for Granada and stuff this year, and they're under the cosh a lot. So he's the one who's trying to make things tick, but from deep and then getting forward as well. I
think in the Prem he's definitely a final third player.
I don't know. It could be. I'd like to see him succeed at United, obviously, because
Monaco should have adjusted their style of play to Pep's tactics. What do I think about Raja Nainggolan? Would I consider him? Yeah,
he's a bit old. He's like 29 though, isn't he?
Yeah, there's groups of players that you just go banging, absolutely banging. Blowing a 2-goal lead in the knockout competition is typical of Pep's style managers.
Thing is, he won't change for shit.
No, and that's wrong. There's a great documentary 442 did on Fergie. And one of the things that they shown is he won a treble, obviously, I don't know if you remember. And he goes and gets this sports psychologist dude in, and he goes, "How do I keep my team at the top?" In the interview, and the guy goes, "Act, train, and play like you're number 2." He goes, "You're hired. Start fucking next week." So I'd love to actually find out what they did on a day-to-day basis with a sports psychologist.
Do you reckon it would be day-to-day? You won't want to be going in there every day, would you? If you're a player. Oh, fucking hell, I've got to go and see a shrink now.
No, it probably isn't day to day, but there must be some sort of
probably once a week or something, a session one a week, or analysing certain aspects.
Maybe it's like of an open door thing.
Do you watch Billions? No, we don't watch Billions. Oh, sick.
This is another thing that I need to go fucking check out.
Yeah, fucking hell. What do you do apart from watch Madeleine McCann documentaries? I watched that last night, by the way.
How good is it?
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. And you think, you motherfuckers, I knew it was you.
Allegedly.
Thanks
well,
for the save.
We've just fucking nailed the title. Fuck's sake.
But yeah, Billions. You're not seeing Billions. It's Damian Lewis is in Homeland, and it's Paul Giamatti.
He's a very good actor, actually.
Oh, it's amazing. Like, they're on season 2 now, and I've watched.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, I've seen the advert for it. They're both face to face with a chick behind them. That's the trailer.
Yeah. Basically, the first season is Damian Lewis is a billionaire Wall Street trader.
Right.
Made his money on the back of 9/11.
All right, cool.
Like taking advantage of situations.
Betting on like KBR and all them.
When his colleagues were dying and that.
All right. So a bit darker then.
Yeah, a little bit. But that's by the by. And his Paul Giamatti's wife works for him as a psychologist, and she knows and works with Damian Lewis, as in like helps him get the best out of. Always knows how to put him on the right track, and she gets paid big dough. And Paul Giamatti works in the state office as the prosecutor, and he's going after him, and it's really it's mint. Honestly, it's sick. And in like season 2 now, so you need to watch that. But they use the psychologist because of the pressure and the high level, and it's like to talk through, relieve the stress and put them in a straight and narrow kind of situation.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll check that out. But yeah, I mean, has anyone here got experience of that in the comments? Because I know that there's people hit me up that actually have got some pretty raw jobs at some top clubs, and most of them is in Twitter DMs, in all honesty. But has anyone here had any experience with how top flight football teams use psychologists or anything like that? When I was with the Great Britain rugby team, they had a guy, and it was we used to do like training camps a week away here or 2 weeks away there, just random points throughout the season. And the way that we used to have them, you'd get like fucking information overload, because you'd have a nutritionalist come in, and then you'd have a strength and conditioning guy come in, and you'd sit there for an hour just staring at what he was saying, and then you'd have like a sports psychologist to come in and talk to you as a group. And I don't think that really works.
No.
I wonder if the sports psychologist guy's got an office, and it's an open door thing, and you just go in and just have a brew with him, and he just says, maybe every player gets allocated a time.
Yeah, you'll be penciled in for a session.
So it doesn't look like you're mentally weak by having to go, because most players, alpha males generally, are not going to voluntarily go. So I think you'd probably have to schedule them in.
You don't know, though, because like players like gigs and stuff who develop
they seek some stuff out, don't
they? Yeah, to do it and to keep it.
I think the most of the players would be too alpha to voluntarily walk in. I think to get the best out of them and to make sure you was actually talking to them, I think you would probably have to schedule it in, 15-minute sessions. And it might just be a walk-in, how's it going? Sound. And it might just talk about Netflix or anything. And then it'd be like, all right, sound, see you next week. And it might just be as simple as that. And then the occasional one, a player's like, fuck me, I haven't scored in, or whatever. And that's maybe when he goes to work a bit, yeah.
Well, it's like statement analysis, isn't it? Similar to that.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I think it'd be really interesting to speak to one of those guys and find out, without using real life examples, obviously, I think it would be it'd be interesting to find out. Give me an example, call it fucking Brian Briggs if you want, and here's what Brian Briggs had to say. I think that'd be really interesting to find out.
What's this in there? Oh, right.
Simon says, with the Jamaican FA, a sports psychologist is used before World Cup qualifiers. In what sense, though? Like, is it like what I experienced with Great Britain, where you're all sat in a room and obviously it's too awkward to just be like... Sometimes before a game, I throw up because I'm too nervous. Like, I had loads of players that used to throw up through nerves before matches and stuff like that.
Yeah, you used to have a shit and that.
Well, yeah, loads of people go and empty it out. Loads of people, I don't know if it was the same with when you was playing, people could just shit with the door open just because they're weird.
Just wheeling that.
Are we my guys, or what's our guys' team to play England next week?
Not
asked. Peaky Blinders is my favourite TV show. I'm watching it for the third time, actually. I do fucking love it. Why hasn't Giggs taken any coaching job? Well, I do know about that, actually. He does want a job, he wants the right job. I don't think he's just going to jump into any job. He is looking, though. He definitely wants one.
I said to you, if I was a football chairman, depends on what situation it was in. But I don't know why you'd have to do some serious convincing to say why I should give him a job.
Well, he's fully product license,
nice
so he
one.
probably knows how to give a presentation.
Everyone's got a license. Everyone has to have a license.
Of course they have. But he is also Ryan Giggs. He is also British football's most successful ever player. He's got all that experience at United. I think a lot of chairmen, and like I said to you when you said that, I think you're thinking that chairmen are rational, fucking sensible people, and they're not. I think a chairman can be fucking dazzled by Ryan Giggs sitting in front of him, telling him what he's going to do for his club, and be willing to take a chance on that over someone who's arguably definitely more qualified and all that sort of shit.
But the time frame for a manager now.
Kate Burnett in the comments says, if I get 1 million subs, could you both do the Sugar Hill Gang Rappers Delight? I will do it nude, and Ben's going to do it nude as well if we get 1 million subs. No problem. Covered in honey. Deal?
Yeah, I'd rather do a better song. One that I like. I mean, that's obviously classic.
Maybe we'll have to do a series of shit if we get to 1 million subs. I mean, we're only 969,000 off it. So, I mean...
So this time next week, then?
No, it'll be a while, I think. I promise to do it. So, yeah, I think... so what are you saying about chairman?
Yeah, like...
I get what you're saying, that why would you take a risk on him? But
and it is a risk, but the turnover of managers is such that...
Yeah, so take a risk on him, fuck it. It'll be a new one in a free week anyway.
Yeah, but the money to get in... Like, saying, you won't give him a job in the Premier League, I don't think. Unless you like... Because I think it's too much of a risk. If you give him a job and if it goes well, then yeah, nice one. But if it doesn't go well... then you get and you're out of the Premier League or you're hovering around that, then it's the money. It's all about the money. Problem and it's the same as if you're at the top of the Championship and it's that bridging that gap to get to the promised land, if you like, and the money that's involved in there. Would you want to risk it for an unknown? Whereas, like...
I think some could, yeah, because I think some in their head think he's just going to be mint.
I don't know, though, because I kind of knew that if once Gary Rowett was being approached for the dad job, he's getting that job.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Well, Phil Neville also wants to go. If you've got Phil Neville and Ryan Giggs approaching you, and you're let's say you're a League One chairman, and you're in the middle of League One.
Yeah.
Or bottom half of the Championship. Wigan, right?
Well, yeah, fucking Wigan, a bit of an anomaly, aren't they? They've just sacked Warren Joyce after 4 months because of what?
So they tied his hands together and said, guess what, you're not signing no new players, do a miracle.
Well, I don't know. He signed quite a lot, though, didn't he?
Nothing for money, though, I don't think.
Well...
Yeah, he had no money.
No. But he's gone anyway. But they weren't really playing attacking football before him at home, and they're not really doing it now. They're still not that far from safety. What do you do? Do you go back down the league and start again?
I think he bored the piss out of Wigan fans for the most part, and I can see that because he bored the piss out of a lot of United fans with the way he played with them under 23s. But he was effective.
Yeah.
It was effective. And you can see that the drop-off with the 23s this season has been drastic. Also down to personnel. Probably mostly down to personnel.
Would Giggs go for Wigan then, do you reckon? Don't have to move home.
Doesn't have to move home. 100 million United players there already that he probably knows really well, you would imagine. I haven't been told he's going for it.
Well, it's only just come up, hasn't it?
I know,
So,
but I've not heard that he's gone for it. I don't know, maybe. I mean, no, not Gary Neville, Phil Neville. Phil Neville's looking for a job as well. Phil Neville's been in for several jobs. But like, if you've got Gary and Phil in front of you, sorry, Giggs and Phil in front of you, I can't see Phil.
What, together?
No, separate manager. They're both going for the gaffer's job. I can see Ryan Giggs having that hard edge to be a manager. I don't know if he's ever going to be successful. I think he played for that long. That's really eaten into his managerial apprenticeship.
The thing is, the longer you sit out, the less likely people are going to take a chance on you.
Yeah, this isn't the week after he retired.
No,
you're talking years now, really.
Yeah.
So
well, he's not. When did he leave United? This summer, last summer, wasn't it?
It was under Moyes. He finished.
No, I mean as in like.
Oh yeah.
He was assisting, wasn't he, until this summer. And it's coming up to 12 months now. So you might get a job in the summer, but he might have to take a League One job. Or
I think he's willing to take one of those jobs, providing that the club setup is right. I heard he was really keen on the Fulham job.
Yeah, because Fulham are playing like amazing stuff.
I heard he was also keen, obviously, on the Swansea job. The rumours in the papers were true about what was going on. I don't know what they ended up coming saying, but obviously,
well, they took a risk with.
I have ways and means of finding things out. These things.
What's that, Bob Bradley?
Yeah,
and that didn't go nowhere, did it?
No.
And now but didn't Paul Clement? I can't remember. Didn't he ever go at Derby?
Yeah, I think he has been at Derby.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of managers that just fucking piss in each other's pots, isn't there? Really.
See, because he had to go at Derby, it didn't really work out, and that's when they brought. Is that when they brought McCann back in? No, or was it might have been the year before?
It's like Warnock, isn't it? Like Warnock's got more fucking clubs than Tiger Woods.
Yeah, but Warnock is good at doing getting.
He's
your
a
club
Sam
to
Allardyce
safety.
guy. Isn't
Yeah. So that's why they're more of a safer option, aren't they? You wouldn't put Giggs in at Cardiff.
I think that was one of the ones he fancied. I do think he's got to temper his expectations to a degree as well. Hang on, let me see this because this will be funny. Somebody that we know that's a City fan who's just so fucking wet. Oh, fucking Christ. So, it's you've got some hardened, experienced managers in there. And like Warren Joyce has got far more experience than Ryan Giggs could hope to have. And it didn't work out for him.
No.
He's got a decade of experience. And actually, I think he was the manager at Antwerp, actually, for a bit. I think we sent him over there to be assistant when we'd sent like Johnny Evans and all them lads over there, like Danny Higginbottom. And I think he ended up taking the big job and then coming to United as assistant.
Giggs has had an assistant job at United, though, hasn't he? And he's partly responsible for the situation. Or unless he just said yes, boss, to David Moyes and LVG.
Someone's saying ban some fucker in the comments. So if I find some bangers that he said, I will do. I haven't seen that. If I see something, I will. It's that one. I ain't seen that yet. We'll see. My Twitter feed keeps popping off. I don't know if I'm getting tagged in all sorts of shit. Tweet this. Oh, why is it fucking making me log in?
Anyhow. He was going sick when Sané scored, wasn't
he? Yeah.
Also available. Has he got his
presser will be on now.
His little laugh, straight after the game.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's 7 minutes on. Over 2K. Smash that toad. Right, what are you motherfuckers saying? Yeah, Warren Joyce was Antwerp's manager for a small while. Yes, he was. Moyes has won more trophies at Man United than Pep has here. Well, he was Charity Shield champion of the world. Pep's moves on the touchline is unreal. He honestly needs drug testing, doesn't he? He does need drug testing.
Well, he's from that,
And he's also failed drug test in the past. Amy. We met Amy at, was it Wembley? We met you? Or was it outside Old Trafford? I think it was outside Old Trafford, actually. What do I hate so much about Piers Morgan?
He's a cunt.
Take a fucking seat, pull up a chair, Right. During the Iraq War, Piers Morgan was the editor of the Mirror, and a lot of people have allowed him to forget this, but this was basically treason in my eyes, what he did here. So I don't know if he faked the photos himself, but he, as the editor of the Mirror, I think the title for it was Vile or something like that, and it shown what appeared to be a soldier, because they was wearing webbing, the pouches, and had a rifle slung over their back, and it shown them pissing onto someone wearing a sandbag on their head, and think about this, right, like a snide Iraq football shirt, to say they're Iraqi because they're wearing an Iraqi shirt. Like, people just walk around Iraq wearing Iraqi football shirts during the war. Okay, it turned out it was a fake photo, and I'm not sure if they knew or not. I can't remember whether it came out they knew. So they, instead of doing the journalistic thing of trying to find out if this was real or not, and actually any soldier who can look at that photo and go, that's not fucking real, just by looking at the surroundings, the type of weapon that was used, and all that sort of stuff was wrong. He put that on the front page of the Daily Mirror. He then followed it up with like 3 more front page news, like, we are right, stop calling us liars, and all that sort of shit. And it was liars, and they got done for it, and he lost his job over it at the Mirror. What he did put my colleagues' lives in danger. There was a riot in Iraq on the back of that because it showed mistreatment of prisoners. And actually, we had a discussion about this a little bit today, didn't we? Because I don't know how to get into this. I think if British forces and Britain wants to go around and policing the world, and whether they do or not is up to the government and everybody else. But if the British forces want to go around doing that, then they have to be whiter than white. They have to be cleaner than clean. And what Piers Morgan did was cause a fucking outrage, quite rightly so, in Iraq. There was people dragged from fucking tanks. There was people set on fire. It went off royal because of Piers Morgan. How he still gets to work in show business is fucking beyond me. Right?
And he hacked loads of people's phones.
Yeah, he was part of that thing. Was that News of the World? When he was he at News of the World then?
I can't remember. He's just a horrible cunt.
Yeah, he's just an horrible, hanging cunt that has bought into this celebrity culture. And now, I read his column years ago when was it in the Mail or some shit like that? He used to write a column in one of the magazines, and it was like a diary of how many celebrities he knew, and it was hanging, and you're like, who the fuck are you prick? Like,
yeah, they put him on, like, then he gets to America, and then he got like a job there.
Oh, because he's got a posh English accent, and he's called Piers. Yeah. He got a fucking job in America. The guy's a prick, and he was one of the fucking he was one of the fucking founder members of the Frank Lampard list.
Yeah, he was. Never liked him, ever.
He's been on it for 10 years, right? Because it would have been 2007. It would have been about this time that year.
But, let's just remember the Frank Lampard list. Like, you actually met Frank Lampard and you was like, he's a nice bloke.
I didn't
he's a
gent.
So,
it might be called the Piers fucking Morgan list from now on. But basically,
your pass has been revoked.
If you follow the Frank Lampard list, then basically...
How can you follow the Frank Lampard list? Is it still actually there?
I think
it is. It is there,
actually.
Yeah, but I don't think...
The rules of the Frank Lampard list is if you follow the list, if you're subscribed to the list, and you see any of the people that are on the list, then you have to perform on site a 2-footed Scalzi reducer with a minimum 25-yard run-up, right?
But instead, Steve bought him a fucking Coke.
Yeah, I cuddled him. It was lovely, smelled amazing. So yeah, Frank, fucking Piers Morgan, and I can't even remember why he ended up on the list back then anyway.
Because of that. That was around the time he was like hacking and that, because he was...
I don't think it was because of the hacking. But he's on the fucking list anyway, the angry wanker. And he's an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
And he talks so
I don't know how I don't know how
shit.
people like tolerate him, like, oh yeah, I agree with you, Piers. Like, oh, whatever.
I don't think I can legally say go out and murder him, right? I don't know if I'm going to say you can go and hit him with a Scalzi. He blocked me anyway, because I tweeted him every day, then I saying you're a cunt, basically. Right. And he blocked me. So if you want to tweet Piers Morgan and tag me in, say you're a cunt, I'll happily retweet it every morning. I did it every morning. Is Piers Morgan still a cunt on a Saturday? Yes, he is. What about...
No matter what day it is. No matter what day it is.
So the thing that I was talking to you about earlier, now there's a guy called Sergeant Blackman, who's a Royal Marine, and I think, I'm going to get the dates wrong, it was like 2009, 2010. He shot a wounded Taliban fighter. And I spoke to Abdul about this earlier, and I was like, I want to talk about this, but a lot of them fucking Britain First types, and even a lot of my ex-colleagues in the military, have a completely different opinion of me. They're like, the guy was in the army, or in the military, he was a Marine, we back our own. But I think that's wrong. I think he murdered someone in cold blood. Now, the Geneva Convention states that anyone who's wounded on a battlefield has to be tended to in order of severity, right? So if we was out on patrol and you get injured in an ambush and we wound this guy, but he wounds you, and maybe he's bleeding out, I'm supposed to leave you and go and help him. In reality, that's not going to happen, right? I'm going to sort you out, and I'm probably going to fucking leave him, right? That's basically everyone. That might be the rules, but that's essentially how it fucking goes down, right? What happened was one of the lads on the patrol with the Marines had a helmet cam on. Now, I'm sure he's been twatted plenty of times for allowing this to get out. Because that's the first fucking problem right there, is that a helmet cam footage got out. So this sergeant, I mean, he's just been cleared. He was charged with murder. I think 6 of them was charged with murder because of this helmet cam footage. He was the one that went to jail under murder. He's been in jail for like 3 years. He's just had his conviction overturned on the basis that he was mentally unstable because of being in Afghanistan. Right? Okay, whatever. The problem is, he shoots this wounded Taliban fighter who had just been trying to kill him, and he turns to his lads and says, obviously what I've just done breaks the Geneva Convention. That right there tells me that it was cold-blooded. He knew exactly what he was doing. He could have just fucking left him. He could have just fucking shot him and walked off. You don't need to go to the lads. The fact he went to the lads and said, obviously what I've done has broken the Geneva Convention, means that he's got to go to fucking jail. Especially when that gets leaked. You can't be the police of the world and allow people to get away with that shit. You can't. I
don't even know anything about it, man.
You can't. And there's been a massive justice for Marine A, because that was what he was named as at first. And I think justice would be putting him in jail. If the helmet footage hadn't have appeared, then there wouldn't have been a court case. If he hadn't have said, I've obviously broken the Geneva Convention, there probably wouldn't have been a court case. If you hadn't have fucking shot him, there wouldn't have been a court case. 2 wrongs don't make a fucking right. But no. I think that I'm pretty upset with the courts for overturning that, because I think he really knew, and I think it's wrong. And
it's like anything. If it's, do you know, like saying about watching that Embedded Confessions of the McCanns, yeah?
Oh yeah.
So I was watching that.
That's what it's called, actually, if anyone was asking. It's called McCann's Embedded Confessions. It's very good.
And it's like, if they was like, and she's a Scouser, they didn't even realise she was a Scouser. Makes it worse. But the what the fuck was I going to say? Yeah, if they weren't white, and 2, if they weren't doctors, they would be getting fucking strung.
Here's the thing: it's my belief that she probably died in the apartment. From the best evidence that I've seen and read about, and all the stuff that came out of Portugal, I don't think she ever left that apartment. And I think that they've probably, in all probability, disposed of her body some point over there. And I think that's probably why they've not been charged with anything, because you can't charge someone with murder when there's no body. A disappearance is an extremely convenient.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff that, because you don't really pick up on it, what they were saying through that, and he was doing that statement analysis, like, yeah, fucking hell, yeah. When you pick holes in it, you think.
When he says the accident, though, that
yeah.
I think that's the one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I can't even say. I was trying to explain it to my dad, and I kept saying an accident. I was like, no, that's not what he fucking said.
Accident.
Yeah, the accident.
You got a kid. I've got a kid. And the thing is, you don't say, oh, they've been taken. How do you know they've been taken? The first thing is you say, oh, they've gone.
Fucking hell, is it?
They've gone missing.
Yeah.
Not that they've been
checking
kidnapped.
The door.
Yeah. No, fuck it. No.
Why didn't even talk about
why don't you lock your front door? Why don't you lock the door? There's no. If someone's going checking on them, yeah, here's the key. Go and have a look at it.
Do you know what my dad said? We went for a pint, me and Jaden. Well, Jaden obviously didn't have a pint, but me and Jaden went out and spoke to my dad on Friday. Went for tea with him, and I was talking about it because we'd obviously just done the podcast the night before, and he goes, they used to go on holiday. My dad with Prinny's mum and dad and Leanne's mum and dad. Like 6 of them used to go on holiday together.
Like they did Swingers Club
all the time. No comment. But he goes, we used to go on the piss every night. He goes, but guess what? He goes, you'd be asleep in a pram. There.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. But it's the thing she said, oh, it was 50 metres from the door. And she went, oh, it's 49.4 metres on Google to be exact. Well, what's the relevance of bringing up that?
There was, like you said, so many things that it's not what you would do in in the circumstances.
First family holiday. Oh, but we feel it's all right to leave you in an apartment room with three of you away.
I've never lost Jay, right? I've never even lost him for like a couple of minutes, so I don't know what the panic is. But I can imagine that when she refused to answer all those police questions,
oh yeah,
or when there was it being interrogated by other stuff, like the guy says, you would be going, "Stop asking me fucking questions. Let's go find them."
Yeah,
you would be.
Yeah,
you'd be flipping out,
wasting fucking time.
Yeah, you'd be flipping out,
like,
not making phone calls
like,
to get a PR guy.
I've remembered this. I've remembered that. Yeah, I've like a few times when Jasmine runs off in a supermarket and you're like, shit, where's she gone? And you think, oh, quick check, and your heart just starts going straight away. So yeah, they probably got a good night's sleep that night, first night in a long time.
Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. I'm not sure I want to go into the comments at the moment. Ruben, I'm not going to read your question out, but don't ask people that question. It's not a nice thing to ask. Same Gary. What are my thoughts on NoFap? What's NoFap? Daniel B says blood was found in the car and the apartment. It was the trace of blood, the smell of blood. That's a fucked up thing.
The car that they had was three weeks after.
And there's a thing where they aired it out, right? And they said it was because of the smell of shitty nappies. No nappies smell that bad that you got to air a car out overnight, did they?
I don't know. No,
they don't.
They fucking do.
Someone saying
your kid don't eat curry every day.
Someone saying, let's keep this channel about football. You're obviously new. Lee Griffith said, if my folks had left me alone at that age numerous times, it wasn't the first time they'd done it. My folks would have been taken off them and they'd have been fucked for it. Now, in mitigation for them guys, I think they flapped. I think that she probably fell over. They've probably flapped and gone, because I think she was an anaesthetist. If they was giving her like medication to keep her quiet, they've flapped and gone, when they test her blood, we're fucked, right? Yeah. And we're going to have the other two kids taken off them. So I can kind of understand them going, fucking cover it up. It's not going to help her if we're all in jail, right? She's already gone. Yeah. Let's fucking make...
And all your mates as well.
Yeah, let's make lemonade, yo. Yeah. And I think that's where they fucked up. And then the fact they keep it going on and they search and suing people who raise suspicion about them. I know they've got to probably play that game, but fuck me.
My missus was like getting angry last night. And
I solved it, mate. I took like 3 weeks off work when I was meant to be working when I was at Allied, and just solved it. I solved it. Yeah.
Completed it.
I completed that, mate.
That's if there's anything like white privilege, that's it right there, isn't it?
Probably, yeah. The way they just, I mean, the fact that they didn't get extradited.
But the British police, like,
they're going over again this week.
Are they?
They've just raised another 85 grand for them. Where's that money? Why? As a new lead popped up, fucking 10 years ago, wasn't it? I'm sorry.
Is that long ago?
I'm sorry. £16 million in support of the search. Fuck me. Is that true? Is that how much they raised? It's terrifying.
They might not get money directly from that trust, but
they paid the mortgage with it at one point. And someone's seen their ass with it. Right,
they're not working, are they? Are they still not working?
I don't know.
Ras. Well, have they got their own YouTube channel?
Don't know. Sacrifice a kid for 16 million.
What's it, in that program called or that drama called How to Get Away with Murder?
Is one of them what on them?
I don't know. No, I think it's just a Netflix show or something.
All right, they didn't put it out though.
Oh, I don't know.
They're not co-executive producers on it or some shit.
I thought that might be their new job now.
Ibrahim says this conspiracy theory shit is mad. That's not really a conspiracy theory, I don't think.
No.
I think a lot of people just accept as that's what's happened. If you, I mean, follow a couple of the news pages. I follow the Daily Mail for some fucking reason.
What?
I know. On Facebook. Must have just been when I first fucking joined up. I was like, oh, sign up for that. And then I've just never unliked it. Go and read the comments of anything that gets posted on that. It's hilarious. That tells you where humanity is.
I don't know why. I don't know why I follow things like the Lad Bible.
Yeah. They don't get the money, in case you're wondering. I think they've used some of it though, haven't they? Someone asking about football. We're past that shit. Oh, no fappies people not masturbating for 90 days or quit masturbating. No. How about no? Why don't I do the youth reviews anymore? Because they take fucking ages, and I haven't been to many live games. I like to include footage from live games in them, which is probably against copyright on some fucking level, but what are you going to do? I'm not reading your comment out there, Gary, but maybe. Thoughts on Making a Murderer? It was fucking brilliant. I haven't completed the series yet, but I've been I've been really hooked with it. Supposedly, it's like an M. Night Shyamalan film. There's that many twists and turns.
That's speaking of M. Night Shyamalan. I'm gonna watch that Split Me over this weekend.
Oh yeah, that's the
James
one. Yeah,
McAvoy.
And they say he's going to be getting an Oscar or some shit.
No, it's too late because the Oscar season's already been.
Right, but is it not released after the nomination stuff? Is it going to be in for one for next year or something?
No, it won't get considered to then, will it? But I watched the first 5 minutes and I thought, fuck me, this dialogue is terrible. It just looks like a cheap film. And then so I stopped watching it, but I should have persevered. So I'll go back and watch it on my Cody box. I mean cinema. In my house.
Oliver says, I don't think they killed her. I don't think they killed her. I don't think
they meant
I think it was probably just an accident and they've just tried to cover it up. D-Met says, Facebook comments on Sport Bible are so bad.
No. The comments are alright because you don't have to click in the article to get that because that's just clickbaited to death.
Everything you don't have to clickbait everything you do.
Yeah.
Sometimes just give it us fresh like that.
Yeah.
Clickbaiting is gonna
and it's
gonna end. We're just at peak clickbait, I think.
Yeah, it's like 20 times a day, 20, 30 times
You'll
a day.
never guess what he said. I will.
Yeah.
It happened 3 days ago. Why are you still fucking clickbaiting this shit? Making a Murder, Making a Murder is class. I need to finish it. Someone's saying 9/11. I mean, we can get into that.
I mean, just on 9/11, yeah? I was watching Home Alone 2 the other day, as you do, because Jasmine loves them. And obviously,
I'm trying to see the connection here. I know he's in New York.
He's in New York, and like one of the pictures when he first gets there and he's doing the sightseeing, he stood at the top of one of the twin towers and he's taking a picture. That was in the 90s. Them buildings were fucked then. If you look at them, they look raggedy as fuck. So there's only one way they was going to go.
Are you saying it was a big insurance job by Larry Silverstein?
What, for $4 billion? They could claim twice.
How do you get paid out twice?
Double.
How do you get paid out twice? Do you know that motherfucker that drove into my car? Right? I'll let you guys... I don't think I'm breaking any laws by talking about this. I'm not giving his name away. So, I'm in bed, right? I get elbowed in the ribs. Did you hear that? No, I was asleep, right? Shut the fuck up, go back to bed. Then I get another elbow in the ribs like 10 minutes later. Did you hear that? I'm asleep, right? No, I didn't hear fuck all. Then, I don't know if you ever had the police knock on your door at 3 a.m, right? They don't tap, tap, tap. They sound like they're going to knock the fucking door through. So I wake up in a daze every morning anyway. And I look out the window and there's a copper. And I don't notice the copper first, actually. I notice my car about 3 feet further forward, slightly bent, and one of the wheels just on the floor. And I was like, I didn't park it like that. Pretty sure I didn't park it like that. He went, is that your car? And I went, yeah. And he goes, can you come down? I went, yeah. So I got dressed, went down, and I'm still trying to fucking process
you got dressed.
What's happened. I didn't want to intimidate the guy. So I've gone downstairs, and the copper goes to us. I'm assuming you didn't park it. Can you, check what the crack is with everything, take any personal belongings out of it, and we'll get it recovered for you. And I said, all right. So it pushed my car into my wife's car. And actually, hers only looked like she had a tiny crack on the back of a bumper, but when they've took the back of the bumper off, it had fucking twisted the whole car, and it looked like only a little dink. So some fucker had drove down our street, hit my car, knocked his front wheel out, or broke his front alloy, because then he dragged, you could see a groove in the road, and he'd carried on driving, and then he hit the opposite corner house, got out, spoke to the person whose house he'd crashed into, and then when they was like, I'm phoning the police because you're fucking drunk, he was like, okay, cool, laters, legs it up the road, and then one of the second noise that Janine woke me up for and said, did you hear that? Was it sounded like a gate opening. It was letting the police dogs out, and they set the police dogs off to go and find him. They find him 200 metres up the road, right? With his car key in his pocket.
200 metres? What, he didn't get far, did he?
No. Drunk, and this was in about half an hour as well. So he sent the police dogs one way, and they didn't find him. Then he sent him the other way, and then found him. So he's got his own car key in his pocket. He hasn't reported his car stolen. He's 200 metres from the fucking scene of where this shit's just happened. And the woman who was like... that was the guy, yeah.
What, and he's denying it?
And he's denied it and taken it to court, right? So I've still not had my money for my car yet. I've still not been paid out by the insurance company, because the insurance company are going, it wasn't him.
Weren't you sat in it as well?
Yeah, I happen to go back to bed. So yeah, motherfucker. I don't mind the occasional little blag, but You can't say that's not you, mate. Fuck it. It was obviously you.
I was only 200 metres away. Fucking be long gone.
No, that's why you have to think of a lie, think of a lie, think of a lie, think of a lie, think of a good lie, think of a good lie, think of a good lie.
What would Kate and Jerry do? What would Kate and Jerry do?
So, and apparently, when they get into the police station, he's like, my fucking neck hurts. And they went, why does your neck hurt, mate? And he was like, oh, I was in an accident in a taxi earlier. Fuck off. So, yeah, that fucking clown, he's in court soon anyway. So we'll find out what's going on with that. And maybe I'll get paid out then by my insurance. But that was in October and I've still not been fucking weighed in. Motherfuckers. Fake news, says the other side. Oh shit, where have we gone?
We've lost a lot.
Yeah, there's shitloads of comments. Why are you never on FTD? Because he never fucking comes over. Got the opportunity to. Ring Messi. Liverpool got more out of Andy Carroll than the police are out of the McCann case. Clickbait is endemic at this point. It's a shame, isn't it, really? Because there's a lot of really good content out there. Just be honest with what the content is, and people will fucking read it for the most part. Especially when you got the numbers that they've got. Fuck me. I still resent you for saying I don't like the Smiths about 5 months ago. Sorry, mate.
Are you the Smiths?
The band.
Oh,
DC versus Johnson. I'm looking forward to that. To fuck DC seen his ass, haven't they? Because they made Johnson bigger than him on the poster, so he made his own poster. Have I watched Fear of the 13? Did you mention that to me?
No.
Someone else has. It must have been you in the comments then.
What is it about?
I can't fucking remember.
No, there's a documentary.
Fear of the 13.
13. Have you seen that one? That's good.
No. Soccer Boy says, how much of a mug do I think Lampard is with his Pogba and Kante comments? I saw it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. He's the Chelsea guy there in that studio, innit? He's gonna back Chelsea. America spent $500 million to make fake Taliban propaganda. That's the headline, but actually, that's not technically what they was doing. They was using it to catch people. Rather than to just make fake propaganda that went out, they was using that propaganda to find people who wanted to come and recruit, that sort of stuff. There's a bit more to it than that. Kieran says, take my hat off to Fabinho, sensational footballer, no doubt. Nathan Wood said, what was the McCann documentary called? Was it Embedded Confessions?
I've got it saved here.
I think it's actually my bookmarks. It's Embedded Confessions.
McCann's Embedded Confessions. That guy, the guy who's got, because it was only published last year, wasn't it? November 2016. It says on YouTube. So I don't know whether that was.
I don't know whether it was filmed or posted.
But that guy's jacket, he needs to sort that one out. You know, with the Geordie guy.
Oh yeah, he was a bit annoying actually. Yeah. They kept annoying me when they zoomed back out to that shot, that silhouetting him against the window. Like fucking hell, son, come on. Is this a metaphor for Pep season? I don't think so. Am I studying anything? That's Ben, not Adam. It's Ben Adams. Have I studied anything? Well, we're both at college, and I ended up going to University of Salford for a little bit, but binned it after a year.
Oh, I'm studying at the minute. It's fucking boring.
You're doing financial shit?
Yeah. I'm reading about regulation and ethics at the minute. Easy, beautiful. But it's just boring. Well boring.
Why do I think Pogba is good? He's shit. He's not shit, is it? That's just such an ignorant comment. We had someone plough into our car so fast. This is Nate Jenny, that it almost went through the front of our house.
I seen something that happened in Ashton. I think the other day, someone drove into like some old woman's house, like straight through the front door.
Happened in Gorton. Do you know that dive place on the corner on the way to Reddish? As you come off Denton roundabout towards Gorton, there's a dive shop on the corner, isn't there? Yeah. I was on the way to a United game actually, and I saw a Land Rover just parked in the middle of that shop on fire, and I was like, someone's not having a good day. Cars are dangerous as fuck, aren't they?
Yeah.
Especially when you're texting or tweeting. I find it funny how no one is giving De Bruyne criticism, but he's had a good season, hasn't he?
Well, I don't know. I
didn't notice him tonight. Obviously, I didn't watch that much of the game tonight.
He's not been as good as what he was last year.
I think he has. I think he's had his moments. GSP's UFC return. I am looking forward to that one. Fear of the 13. Shit, yeah, that was the guy. I knew that's where I knew it from. Fear of the 13 is the guy that was on True Geordie's podcast.
Oh, he's on it?
Yeah.
Oh, he got off Death Row?
He's made a I haven't seen the documentary that guy's made. Yeah, it was that guy that was on Death Row for a rape and murder he didn't do. Oh, I can't even imagine how that guy's head is completely fucking
I seen something about, like, in America, some kid who they executed 70 years ago, they've just exonerated him.
Sweet.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, fucking nice one, you knobheads. Oh shit, we just lost tons of messages. McGregor Mayweather thoughts, like I said all along, it's happening. 99 out of 100 times, Mayweather wins it. McGregor's got a chance because he can bang, and he's going to be so unorthodox. It's going to take Mayweather a couple of rounds to figure him out. Once he does figure him out, it's probably going to be over.
Isn't it Crawler this week, or is it next week?
I don't know. Tickled documentary is fucking epic. Check out the trailer. Investigative journalism is its best. Give me a bit more of what's it about, mate.
Yeah, I love a bit of investigative journalism.
Is Tammy Abraham better than Rashford? He might be. He's a very good footballer, Tammy Abraham. He's fucking huge as well.
Done all right in the championship, hasn't he?
Yeah, bagging left, right, and centre. Is it for the FSA that you're doing your exam? Someone said.
Not for the FSA. FSA. Well, FSA doesn't exist anymore. It's the FCA, which is the conduct authority instead of the services authority. But yeah, part of my role, I have to. Well, I don't have to do it, but
to progress.
Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? Might as well. Someone else is paying for it, so you know what I mean.
Cynthia in the comments says, why are so many YouTubers doing live content? Is there more money? She says love content, but I'm pretty sure she means live. Is there more money from live videos or something? No, and there's not much money in many videos really, unless you're hitting hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views. But it requires less editing, and you get the interaction with the viewers. I think that's pretty much it really. It's easier to sit here and talk to you guys a little bit in this sort of way than it is to sit here and then upload a video afterwards and maybe edit it. You might as well just throw it up here with a couple of mistakes and then just fucking get it out.
Just thought of a shit comeback to Keith Kelly there.
What was it?
Well, it was just, I bet he got battered.
Might as well read his comment out now.
Oh, yeah. Someone drove a car into a front door of a chip shop a few months ago.
Dad joke. Oliver says someone's car went through my mate's house because his neighbour across the road parked with his handbrake off. Was it an old person? Because old people fucking terrify me. Shabazz says thoughts on Memphis' great start at Lyon. It's been great. This is what the guy can do when he doesn't need that constant pressure. You let him play and he's fucking great.
It's a different. He's not in a goldfish, is he, at Lyon?
No. I think that's a massive factor, to be honest. He read the whole dictionary in prison. Yeah, that guy that was on Johnny's podcast, and then learnt how to deal with Joe court and stuff like that, so he could help other inmates and all that sort of shit.
Fair play.
And he only learnt it because he wanted to be able to deliver a really top final speech when they executed him. That was his whole purpose. That's dark, man.
Yeah. Well, 13 years on death row is a long time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that Amanda Knox. I started watching a bit of that. Have you seen it?
Charlie says crashed into your car, didn't happen. I can show you the photos. It did happen. It legitimately really did. Definitely happened.
You didn't actually see it though, did you?
Well, actually, no. So it might have been aliens. It might have been a cow with a crash helmet on. Although I did see the car crashed into the other finger, and there was a scrape in the road leading from my car to that car. He took a bit of the curb off as well because he just fucking went douche into the curb before he hit that final house on the corner. Samatar always says, I ran away from the police when I got arrested and insurance became 10k. Help. What?
Put it in your brother's name.
There's car insurance is a fucking mare, innit? Mine's still fucking killer and I'm 30 fucking free.
Mine is what the fuck? I think because I had a company car as well,
fucking garbage, innit? Janine's at some point was 200 quid a couple of years ago, and then when they removed that women can't get preferential treatment law, it tripled. She's 600-700 quid now.
2012 that. Yeah, insurance for everyone was equal.
Good thing Jose installed a buyback clause. I don't think it's actually in the contract.
No, I think it's they're not legal in France, are they?
Brad says, no, I don't think so. Brad says, are we going to try and do what Rogan does with different subjects and guests? Of course we are, yeah. I really can't wait to get that done. But for us to do that, at the moment, we're in a loft up here at the moment, and it's quite small. There's
a lot more roomy now that you've tidied this place up, I might add.
It was always pretty tidy. It was
Fuck
just
off.
that's a lot neater over on
That
that
was
side.
not tidy.
I don't use over there anyway. I can't get underneath there as it is. So whatever, yeah. The studio's being planned to go in downstairs in the. I got a kitchen, then I got a back room, it's like a conservatory sort of thing, but it's not. It's bricked up on either side. I'm gonna turn that into I'm gonna turn that into a studio and rock out in there. And I think once we get in there, and I'm also trying to get a new camera, but it's a fucking grand. These Canon cameras, a DSLR. What we shot the Munich documentary and the one I did with my granddad with. At the moment, this is a webcam. These are like 90 quid, I think, these webcams. They're really fucking good. Perfectly adequate for what we're doing here. And we use this one and this one, mics-wise. One's recording the audio to go out on iTunes. This one's recording the audio for this over here. But to go out and do them, because we can pretty much get Ricky Hatton. And I'd love to go and do that in his gym. Take that light, take the camera on a tripod, get a really fucking good podcast with a guy. And we can do that more and more once I get that camera. That camera costs a bag of sand though, so I'm saving up to get that. And I've still got a studio to kit out down there, and then we'll be laughing. Jodvier's just helped us with 0.1% of the way getting there with £1. Thank you very much, mate. I don't know if he's noticed, and I'm not going to say to anyone donate or anything along those lines, but that is an option. When you see the dollar sign below, you can donate. I think it's through PayPal. I think I've not done it. And yeah, basically that just fucking donates a bit of cash. So thank you for that, Jodvier. Much appreciated. Adam in the comments says, go for the Nikon D5300. I've got a Nikon D5100, I think, over there. But Nikons aren't as good as Canon for video. So I use that for taking photographs, but not as... obviously not for video. Oh, that one's just gone off.
Oh, it keeps fucking... It's happening now.
Might have to rip the audio off this. Brad says, do United as a club help promote fund your YouTube channels? Au contraire, mate. They couldn't be any further away from the reality. They actually actively fucking try and stop us doing stuff. We do get work with sponsors, and United put blocks on it. United... Look, I know several of the United players and academy players, and they're not allowed to come and do stuff with us. So, there you go. Which rival fans annoy you the most? Arsenal.
Yeah.
Cynthia says, do you think we should get some young wingers for the academy because we don't really have any? Yeah, I think we should. But they're not going to spend money on the academy at the moment. They're spending big dough on 15, 14, 16-year-olds. And I think they're just allowing this under-23 side to pass. Next year's under-18s, there might be a couple of them move up, and then the conveyor belt's going to kick in again a little bit. I think it's just going to be a case of that. It's unfortunate for lads out there at the moment, but Nicky Butt's overseeing a massive overhaul of stuff in the academy, so it'll be interesting to see where he takes it. What are we on there? Would I sign Lukaku? Yes. And Bakayoko? Yes. Which players do I know? Well, I can't tell you, can I? Several. That's fucking shit. That they should help. No, there's no demand for United to help. I would be happy if United just stopped blocking us, because there's things that we can get and that we could do that would be a laugh, that I know that the players are up for doing, but United actively block it or bollock them if they do it. So there. And the other side says, why don't United have a YouTube channel? I think it's something to do with what's it fucking called? MUTV. I think they're protecting it. But if United did start a YouTube channel, it'd be 1 million by the end of the week. Instantly, wouldn't it?
Yeah, straight away.
Instantly. And all they'd have to do is replicate what they put on, even if they did put it on a week later. So the stuff that they put on MUTV now, put it on a week later, put a fucking advert for signing up for MUTV, and fucking crack on. It'd be huge. How come they won't let you record with them? I don't know. They've clearly got something against fan channels. Massively got something against fan channels. Like, some of the players that are on loan, we spoke to their parent clubs, we spoke to the players, and we said, let us know what the crack is with getting permission to interview these. We do it to proper channels. We've got their press department. We speak to the people in the press department, and we say, we've got all this sort of shit. can we have permission to go and interview him? The player wants to do it. You know, the other club wants to do it. No. We'd rather they just focus on playing. You're like, well, they're doing interviews.
So why not just another one?
Why can't we just fucking do an interview with them? Sort your neck out. Thoughts on McManaman commentary? He's awful. Oh, God, Jack Brown, yes. How bad is he? He's shite, isn't he?
There's loads of them who are shit, though, aren't they?
He's terrible.
They're just basically getting a job because they're ex-players.
Shabazz Shah, is that a serious comment?
That's about 15 times he's put that down there. No?
Can Alphatori partner Pogba in 2 years?
No.
Maybe at Dancing with the Stars, but not at football, mate. What are United going to do, really? Sell Pogba for doing stuff with FTD? It's not. I don't know Pogba, right? I'll get that. Think about some of the players in and around the first team. Think about some of maybe the academy players in and around the first team, and then you'd be in the sort of ballpark that I'm talking about. Those are players whose I don't want to put some of their fucking careers in jeopardy. I enjoy watching these players, and I want the best for these players. I don't want them going getting an earful off some prick at work because they've just done something with us. I'd rather just leave them to it, and especially with some of the academy lads. I'd rather just, I want the best for them. So the best for them isn't going to be do something with us. That's probably not even going to get that many hits anyway. And then they get a bollocking at work, and then they never work with us in the future, maybe when the club potentially relaxes. It's a fucking joke. Keown's awful. Yeah, Alexi Lalas' words, says Alex. I'm assuming he's on like NBC or something like that. I've never heard him. Jack says, even though I hate them, City's YouTube channel is decent, would be class. I know the guy who's behind City's YouTube channel is alright, he's sound, and I agree. Yeah, their content's really good. They've sort of made that right balance by not going like dead YouTubey with it, like trying to be like fucking down with the kids and stuff, and they're just making decent content that you want to watch. The other side said they would make more money from YouTube than they would from MUTV, right? Undoubtedly. But I reckon they've probably got historical contracts in place that protect MUTV's presence. So there's probably deals in place that have got 6 or 7 years left to run on them that have mentioned MUTV in there that probably prevent them. Maybe, and it's just United are just a fucking nightmare to do business with in all senses, that anything that you try and do that's new, like MUTV, or so like a YouTube channel. Look how long it took them to get on fucking Twitter, for fuck's sake. No, that's the killer. It's just they're so long in doing stuff. Lewis Carroll says, Michael Owen is the holy grail of the waffling cunt. Why hate on Alphatori, says Shabazz. I'm not hating on the guy. Why does criticism always mean hate?
That's what people get offended by.
Yeah. Don't hate the guy, just don't rate the guy. There's a massive difference. Brad says, I just got a Canon 70D. It's awesome. Grabbed it at a bargain, $650 on eBay. Yeah, the 80D is actually the one I'm looking at, which is the next model up from that. I think you can still get 60Ds. They hold the value ridiculous. 60D is probably 10 years old or some shit like that. Still be 500 quid. Why hasn't Matt got his own YouTube channel? He has. We was on it with Full Time Devils, and that was one that stopped us working. We did a whole day. Sam and Mac did a whole day with Matt and Herrera doing like daft shit like 2v2 head tennis and like just little stupid games, kick up interviews and things like that.
Pulled it. We've
still got all the footage. We keep thinking, I'm just gonna fucking put it out there. I think we comment on every video that he uploads saying release the footage or some shit like that, because he don't upload that much. But yeah, I mean, there's a Middlesbrough player I think that's got his own YouTube channel. He plays FIFA as himself. It's class.
Yeah.
He's hurting no one, is he? Sammy says my adopted son should partner Herrera and Pogba. I think he'd have been great on Monday night. Adam says, why don't MUFC hire FTD to be their YouTube channel? Would make sense because they just don't fucking want anything to do with us. Do I think that they see FTD as a threat to MUTV? Well, if you noticed some of the stuff that they do on match days, they do like fan cam type stuff, but it's well censored. They couldn't have us. We're too much flavour. I've said too much shit about the Glazers that I'll never work at United. Not that I wouldn't. They just wouldn't have it. The other side says it's pissing me off when you see City being a lot more proactive. They are massively proactive.
So that's where they get ahead of the game, innit? Because they know they're playing catch up in other areas, so they're trying to entice the new generation of fan by being that way.
They may make me piss. They've just dropped so fucking far. That's it. Mailer at Hull. Sorry, it wasn't someone at Middlesbrough. Yeah, it was Mailer at Hull. Yeah, that's the fella. He's good as well. Yeah, he's a
Well,
decent
you would imagine.
No, I don't mean at playing
Oh,
FIFA.
right.
I mean, like, he's got a good personality for camera. It works.
He's not the best footballer.
Jaden showed me that. So yeah, that's the fella. What was someone just saying in there? Yeah, it is sad that City are more proactive around Manchester. I think Manchester United are a little bit arrogant in how we deal. Like, they put all these fan events on in Vietnam and New York and South Korea and all that lot. Why has there never been one in Manchester? Now, obviously, every fucker in Manchester is going to the game, or a large percentage of people are going to the game. But when we've got an away game with an allocation of 1,200, put a fucking fan event on at Old Trafford.
They used to do that though.
They used to do stumps like that. I remember. Do you remember the big screen on the pitch?
Yeah. I remember. I went to a couple of them. Like, I think the Derby was one of them, and maybe Liverpool.
Yeah, that was generally the ones.
Yeah, like early 90s. That
massive big jumbotron, and used to sit in
they
North Stand.
they used to have a couple.
I don't remember it being a couple. I just remember one.
Yeah, because
there was a couple of thousand people that'd go.
Yeah, easy.
They
Because that was the days before you could watch it on Sky maybe, and obviously
every game would have been a 3:00 kickoff as well.
Stream, yeah.
Have I seen the Dapper Laughs podcast? I've not. No, I was talking to Lawrence about it the other day because he's your mate in Dapper Laughs.
He got offended.
So
by
I said to Lawrence, like,
because
Lawrence has slagged him off recently. So I said to him, "How did you cope with that?" And he goes, "I had to tell him, didn't I? Like, when he first rocked up." He goes, "He's gonna find out in the comments when everyone's like, oh my god." He goes, "So I had to have a word with him." I was like, "Yeah, I don't like your comedy."
Yeah, I didn't.
Fair fucking.
That's
play.
what I did, and then I think he was just getting fucking. I can't remember the conversation, but he weren't happy.
Do you know what? I'll go carry on.
No, I just said something. It was Dean Ainsworth who commented about it or something, and I just seen it on my Twitter timeline, and I just put, "Oh yeah, he's about as funny as AIDS." Then, and he got a bit offended. So, right. I thought you can't have an opinion. Can you have an opinion now? Okay, no, I weren't critiquing him. I was just using it as an analogy to say
I'm hearing you.
That's about as funny as what That's not funny having AIDS, is it?
The other side, yeah, right. Let me just comment on this one because this pisses me off on a regular basis. There's a massive article on BBC a couple of weeks ago about the youth battle and how City are winning.
No, they're winning, are they?
Yeah. They're not winning.
Based on what?
They're winning the propaganda war is what they're fucking winning. They put their academy players into a private school. What do you think Ashton-on-Mersey High School is? Do you remember when Rashford played and then you seen him in a tracksuit at school? The fuck do you think that is? United's kids are in a private school as well. We're just not as public about the shit that we do. There's tons of people in there. Parents are telling their kids to sign for City, and a lot of them, that's what the other side has just said in the comments, they're also not fucking retaining a lot of players, and they also sign up every player who leaves United regardless of the terms. There's a lot of good going on at City, but they concentrate on results, and I noticed for a fact that someone has been sacked at like under 11s or under 12s for results of their team. What the fuck? It's about developing players. United will bin an entire intake for one player to make it because they know even one player making it is above the odds. That's still crazy. One player per year making it is still crazy odds. So they will fucking bin an entire intake for one guy to make it. I believe that's what they did for Danny Welbeck. And you go, fucking Danny Welbeck, shit. Danny Welbeck's a professional footballer in the top 4. That's still a success for a club. He played 100 games for United. He became an international. That's a success for an academy. Just because a player's not fucking Ronaldo doesn't mean they're not a success for an academy. And I think that's the difference. There's a lot of propaganda from City that United just refuse to battle, and it fucks me off royal when people go, Van Persie sent his kid to City. This isn't a Saturday league. You don't rock up and pay your £5 subs and fucking get a kit. These are invite only, the academies. So if they've not had the chance to go to Manchester United and City have taken up, and I absolutely believe City are petty enough to fucking sign Van Persie's kid to say they've got Van Persie's kid. I absolutely believe that. They've also got like 1,000 kids at every fucking age group, and United have got like 20. They keep hold of them. Jadon was one of them. Like I know this. They fucking drag kids through and they fucking keep hold of them, and they might have a dossier on them, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe they're just sifting through the shit a little bit earlier. United are looking, and I've seen a lot of people reply to this when I say this. United are literally looking for Ronaldo's and Messi's, and people are like, when was the last time we produced one of them? Doesn't matter, that's what we're looking for. That might not be what you get, but that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that rare gem that's going to be fucking amazing. And he's one of my mate's kids who's at United doing exactly that as well at the moment, fucking smashing it up. And I know that there's several kids in the academy system that United have got fucking serious hopes for, and they will bin entire generations for that kid to make it. And can you say United's way of doing it is wrong? Like we said before, Iniacho not getting a fucking sniff. You've got Rashford and Lingard and Fosu Mensah in the squad. Tuanzebe getting a debut this season. Yeah. How can you say City's academy is better? They're beating us at every age group. So what? What does the academy exist to do? It serves to make players for the first team. I'd love it if United was beating City at the different age groups, but ultimately, that isn't what it's fucking about. It's about making players for the first team, and no one does that to the level that United do it. Now, someone said about, I can't remember what the comment was, it was ages ago, but someone said something about Arsenal Fan TV getting Gary Neville on and we can't get players on, and then someone right underneath it said, can we get Sir Alex Ferguson on full-time Devils? I've had an idea to go and doorstep him, but I've got too much respect for Fergie to aggressively doorstep him. So I'm conflicted because I really want to doorstep him because I'd love to be able to speak to him. I was with I'm going to name drop alert. I was with Rachel Riley. I was with Rachel Riley the other day.
Is the game?
And she said she was invited to. It was the last home game we had.
Bournemouth.
Yeah, Bournemouth game. Because I seen that she tweeted, and I was like, "Fucking, that's a really good seat. It's right on the halfway line." And then I seen that we're in the same building. Countdown's filmed on the bottom floor of where we are.
And he lets me know whenever she said, "Oh, I just popped down." Fucking hell.
This is no bullshit as well, is it? This isn't a blag, is it? No. She does fucking message us.
Unless he's pretending to be her as well.
With a verified account. That's some graft, to be fair. So anyway, I was chatting to her and she says she was at a charity do and Fergie was on her table and he invited her and her dad to come to a match. And I was like, you sat next to Fergie for a match? And she was like, yeah, it was mint. And I was like, I would have bent his ear off. Can you imagine? What would you do here now? What happened with him? Like, I'd have a restraining order before half time. She said she was talking to him a little bit. Yeah, she goes, but she was with her dad, so I think her dad just fucking hammered him with shit. But yeah. So anyway, about who can we get on? Right, that's the list of players that we've had on. Current or ex players. I'm going the wrong way. On full-time Devils. That's who we've had on. We can't get fucking players on. I would rather never get players on than be called a fucking idiot and have to beg the way. Like Gary Neville set himself up and they called him out on it, and then ultimately, what happened. But I'll read you out every fucker that we've had on. So Wes Brown, Fellaini, Juan Mata, Rio's got a match ball because he's been on 3 times. It would have been 4 if they didn't fuck up the interview that I did with him. Nicky Butt, David Beckham, Sir Bobby Charlton, Paddy Craren, Memphis, Andy Cole, Brian Robson, Paul Scholes, Dion Dublin, Gary Pallister, Lee Sharp, Jesse Lingard, Gary Neville, Phil Neville, Ryan Giggs, Robbie Savage, Lou Macari, Teddy Sheringham, Dwight York, Peter Schmeichel, and Van der Sar. And we also had Pogba's exclusive interview, but we didn't conduct it, so that don't count. But that Full-Time Devils have met and interviewed all of those people on our channel. There's a playlist on Full-Time Devil called Players. Oh, it might be Player Devils, something really fucking hanging like that. It was set up before I was there. That's who we've got on there. So Full-Time Devils can't get interviews with players. We just don't make a fucking massive deal out of it every time we do. We just fucking do them and throw them up. So that's all the players that we've had on Full-Time Devils, and it'd be fucking double that if the club would play the game with us. They fucking block us from doing it. So can you imagine how many we get if they actually just not even helped us, just stopped fucking blocking us. But yeah, I would love Bobby Charlton on there. I'd love Dennis Law on there. I'd love to get all of them on there. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, Bobby Charlton as well. I read Bobby Charlton out, I think. So yeah, there you go. And I think that will probably do us for today. But if you want to win £100 next week, check out BetBull. Link is in the description below. If you want to win an iPad, link is in the description below. And if you fancy a classic football shirt, there's a link down there for that as well. Subscribe to this channel if you aren't already. Subscribe to us on iTunes if you prefer it over there. Podcast will probably go up tomorrow morning because I'm going to have to... I don't think that one's going to work, so I'll probably have to rip the audio from this, and that's going to not happen until tomorrow morning. Excuse me, I got fucking burps me big time. And then that'll do. So from me and our kid,
Latest.
We'll see you in a bit.